Rick Duke, Special Envoy, Deputy Special Envoy, U.S. State Department. The reason we wanted Rick to be here, U.S. has really taken a very positive, comprehensive approach to it, and we wanted Rick to share where we are and how you're driving this.
Thanks, Ani, and thanks everyone for paying attention to this crucial topic. And I'm just going to start with the metaphor that IGSD and WRI and others have really started to popularize and that we think is apt, and that is that, of course, we need to run the marathon to complete the global energy transition as quickly as we can. We have to do that if we're going to stabilize long-term climate. But we also have to be mindful that because of aerosol dynamics and other complexities, we don't get a lot of net cooling benefit out of that marathon until after 2050. It's decisive for later in the century, but it really is maybe a tenth of a degree net benefit by 2050. So we have to run two races at once. We've got to also run a sprint dealing with fast mitigation. And fast mitigation is something we know how to do. We actually have had an incredible, really unique global success in addressing short-lived climate pollutants through the Montreal Protocol in the form of waves of regulations that have most recently culminated in the Kigali Amendment that I was proud to be a part of working for under the Obama-Biden administration. The set of outcomes that we have achieved together globally in the Montreal Protocol, addressing F-gases, have actually avoided over 2 degrees C by 2100. And most of those benefits are front-loaded because it's a short-lived, potent climate pollutant. And so with the Kigali Amendment, which I will also just note, we are proud to have just gotten through the U.S. Senate on a bipartisan basis, a political miracle, and we've just ratified, joining Brazil and a whole range of countries now. We've also just bumped up our budgets for implementing the Kigali Amendment to the Montreal Protocol by about 60%, so that we can do more and more quickly on phasing down HFCs, on baking cooling efficiency into the transition past F-gases in air conditioning. And we invite other donor governments to step up and join us in what is an incredibly precious and efficient mechanism in the Montreal Protocol to get work done together. So on HFCs, we've done much of what needs to be done. There's more we can do, but there's much that has already been accomplished. So next up is methane. Methane that's already in the atmosphere is causing fully half a degree centigrade of today's 1.2 degrees of climate change. And there's no faster way to pump the brakes on climate change than to cut methane. At this point, having tackled HFCs and F-gases more broadly, we've got to tackle methane together. And we have to do it with maximum speed and purpose and creativity. And so I'm so grateful to Marcelo Mena and the $360 million in philanthropic support for grant support to take action on methane. By the way, building on prior foundation support in a timely way for $50 million in Fast Start finance to help us secure the strong and timely Kigali Amendment to the Montreal Protocol in an announcement that Secretary Kerry made at the UN General Assembly September of 2016 and helped us land the Kigali Amendment. Foundations stepped up again now with $350 million to help us move faster on methane, and Marcelo is making it happen. So we need to work together as governments, as civil society, and we need to keep the methane topic higher and higher on the agenda, because right now, less than 2% of climate finance is going to address methane, and yet it's half a degree centigrade, nearly half of today's climate change. And we simply cannot deliver on the promise of the Paris Agreement unless we tackle methane quickly and completely. If we deliver on the Global Methane Pledge, which has already secured the support of more than 130 countries, and watch this space, we expect many more this week. If we deliver on that Global Methane Pledge and cut methane at least 30% by 2030, then we can actually be serious about keeping 1.5 within reach. It's the only way to do it, that and the energy transition. And we got to do a bit more than that. So we got to tackle some things like N2O. N2O is a little bit the forgotten greenhouse gas. 6% of greenhouse gas emissions globally doesn't come with the same sulfate unmasking dynamics that we see for the energy transition. So it's pretty fast, even though it's not a short-lived climate pollutant. And watch tomorrow for some really exciting announcements around the fertilizer efficiency challenge that President Biden put forward at the Major Economies Forum last June. There's going to be really positive partnership on that, again with a philanthropic component, but mainly governments stepping up and working globally to address the food security crisis by tackling end-use efficiency of fertilizer application globally. And we think that this is a key part of what needs to happen in addition to transitioning to green ammonia and ultimately to things like nitrogen fixation crops and other advanced solutions and alternatives to fertilizer. We have to do all that as well. And so we have a lot to build on with the Montreal Protocol successes. We have a lot happening on methane, and we have some things we really need to get going on in the form of N2O action. But so great to see all of you here today. Thanks, Ani, for the chance to join, and thanks for what all of you are doing to help make it happen. U.S. government is highly committed to this agenda, and we're looking for ideas and creativity from all of you. Thanks.